My family, I grew up here in Toronto all of my life. I'm of Wendat Nation. So when we heard our elder do that opening ceremony, that land acknowledgement, when it said the Huron-Wendat, that's my people. We are the people of the corn, beans, and squash. So traditionally, we are planters. So if you see on my regalia that I'm wearing, I have plants, flowers, to honor that plant life. Because the corn, beans, and squash, they grow together in harmony, just like us in sharing our culture. It's that harmony and that goodness. My style of dance came from a time in the early 1940s. There was a time where here, when Canada came, because I do not see myself as a Canadian, I'm a First Nation person. Canada is the colonial state that came and set up here. So traditionally, we had our style of dances, our traditional dancers, and we would have ceremony dance. And when the settlers came, they told us we're not allowed to dance anymore. So our regalia is outlawed. If we were to dance, we'd be put into jail. If you had two Native people in this land standing together, they would be put in jail. So the time came, we evolved, and that time changed. And one of the things that made that change was Buffalo Bill Cody. I don't know if any of you heard of him. He used to have the Wild Wild West shows all through the Americas, Canada and America. And he brought out our dancers. So some of you may know Honorable Sitting Bull, one of our chiefs. He became famous through that Wild Wild West show. So now that outlaw dance now was able to be shown for one of the first times in these shows. And from that style of dance, the men's traditional dance, because we just had the two before, the women's traditional, the men's traditional. And there was something called the men's fancy feathers. So from that men's traditional, they had eagle feathers. You know, the colors weren't as showy, because, you know, the Wild Wild West show is, they want to see, show, you know? So this men's fancy feather came about. So they would have bustles on the back, and instead of the eagle feathers, they would put colorful feathers and have bright colors. And the drum picked up its beat. It got faster and faster and faster. And the men would dance so fast that they could do the splits and come back on one drum beat. So everybody in the community was like, oh my gosh, this is amazing. And the show got better. So from that style of dance, one of our young ladies back in the before 1940, maybe about 1930s, she wanted to dance that men's dance because it was so beautiful, it had so much energy, the beat picked up so fast. And what was she to do? She wasn't allowed to dance because she was female. So she disguised as a man, and she put on that men's fancy regalia and she danced, and she was the best. So all of our elders in that community at that time went to go and meet what they thought was this fine male dancer, and they found out it was a young lady. From that, we honored her, because at the time our traditional dancers, we would just have our shawl on our arm and dance with our feet connected to Mother Earth to honor that connection we ladies have with Mother Earth. We give life. We bring forth children. So we honor that. So when that young lady disguised as a man, we took the shawl off our back and we put it on our arm and we began to lift our feet to honor her bravery, because she changed things for us. When we saw the shawls come up off the arm and onto the back, it looked like the butterfly. And you know what we know about butterflies? They teach us about transformation. They teach us that nothing will remain the same. Just like that girl changed that style of dance, it changed. It transformed. So when you see me dance, I try my best to honor the both sides of those butterfly wings, because they're symmetrical. So when I move on one side, you'll see I try to mirror the other side, to honor that symmetry that life has. And my regalia, just as I'm sure with all of your beautiful regalia, your community, you make them yourself, don't you? It's the same with our community as well. We don't go to the store just like you and your beautiful regalia, to the store, the H&M, or whichever. We have to buy the fabric and make it with love at home. And that's why when we see each other, we have love and respect. So again, I thank you so much for allowing me to be here on the stage to demonstrate the style of dance. And for those dancers who danced before, you were so beautiful. It was so amazing. You made me feel so happy, and I can't wait to watch your style of dance as well. So I will start. Guys, again, so you can see how fast it is. That song is sung by our male singers. So many of you might have seen the powwow drum, where all the men sit there. This is called a trick song. So do you see that stop? So at a powwow, when we have a trick song, what it is a competition between the dancer and the drum. So if I stop on time, I won. If they trick me, they won. So again, I love you.